ICL. I can't lose. I can't lose. Man, that's a new intro right there. But what was that text conversation about? Let me give you some context. And before I even give context, this is why it's so important to really curate your life and really be careful who you hang around and what you talk about. Because the people you hang around, your friends, are either gonna make or break you. And that's a fact. And I'm extremely blessed and I'm extremely grateful to have cultivated a small circle of friends that are only worried about bettering themselves and are only focused on themselves and don't care about any of the external stuff. So, what was the conversation about? It was a conversation between me and my man. We were talking about, you know, what it takes to be happy. Like, what is the definition of happiness? What is the definition of success? And we were talking, and then he said, I'm paraphrasing, the greatest trick basically that they've played on people is to have them think that they need all this external stuff to be happy, when all you need to be happy is yourself. You don't need clothes, you don't need a house, you don't need a job, you don't need anything outside of yourself to be happy. So in the conversation, you can see I said, well, that's actually true, because they have people wanting to be rich, chasing money, slaving over money, just to go spend it on things that they think will make them happy, and those things will never make them happy. This is how you know celebrities, all these famous people that constantly are flexing material things, constantly are buying material things, they're not happy. Because if they were happy, they wouldn't feel the need to buy all of this big bullshit and flex it on other people. One, they're just feeding their ego, and living out of ego, you can never be happy. And two, if they were truly happy, they wouldn't be need to keep buying all of this stuff. None of that stuff makes you happy. And I was like, yeah, that's a fact, because you could really live a happy life with like $60K a year. And he was like, bro, to be honest, you could live a happy life with $0 a year. And I was like, nah, that's real. That's real. Because if you go to all these poor countries, you know, if you go to India, if you go to North Africa, you will see people that don't have nothing. Bro, they barely have clean water in some of these places. They don't have any of this technology. They're not on social media. They don't have expensive clothes. They don't have expensive cars. They don't have none of that. But yet they're more happy and they're in better mental shape than majority of people in the West and all these societies with all this materialism. Why? Because they realize that they don't need anything outside of themselves and each other to be happy. To them, as long as I'm good, as long as I have my family, I'm happy. I don't need any of that other stuff. They're not competing. They're not trying to keep up with the Joneses. This is exactly why the majority of people are unhappy. The new pair of Jordans come out. Man, I need to go buy those Jordans, man. Oh, I need to pre-order them. Why? Or the new car comes out. You know, there's people who really upgrade their car every single year. The new Mercedes came out, man, I need that. Man, I need that. But you don't, though. You don't need anything outside of yourself. I know we've all seen crackheads on the block. You've all seen crackheads, homeless people. They'll be celebrating, they'll be dancing with each other, making jokes. And you will probably look at their life and you will judge them. And you'll be like, wow, I can't believe he's homeless. I could never. But that person's more happy than you. You stressed out 24/7 trying to keep up with a job, trying to keep up this image, trying to make sure you don't lose the house. That person's more happy than you. Or you at school, you trying to have a certain appearance, you want to make sure you get all these new clothes, you be spending all your money on drip so that you can have this appearance at school like, yeah, he good, but you're not happy. Because why? You're worried about what other people are thinking. You're worried about the next material thing that you're going to get to boost your ego. So how can you ever be happy? And that's a real definition of happiness to me, is somebody who is completely okay within themselves. Somebody who's completely okay within themselves and is working towards mastering themselves. That's true happiness to me. And what about success? What is success in the modern era, in America, the West, the American dream, the white picket fence, the dog, the big house, the wife, the nice. That's not success. That's another person told you that's what you have to be successful. So that you keep consuming all this materialism, so you keep buying into this system that just wants you to be depressed. Majority of these people that have the American dream, they're still not happy. Why? Because they're always trying to keep up with the Joneses. True success to me is self-mastery. Once you master yourself, master your emotions, your impulses, to me that's success. And that's why I said happiness is somebody who is okay within themselves and is happy with what they have and are working towards mastering themselves. Because you can be happy without having fully mastered yourself. But being happy and being successful is I'm completely okay with myself. I don't need anything outside of me, and I've mastered myself. But that's not what they tell you. They don't tell you to go and master yourself. They don't tell you to go and work on yourself. They tell you that no, to be successful, you need to go to college, you need to go get a job, you need to save, you need to go buy a house. All of this BS, that's not success. It's not. It's all just programming to keep you constantly chasing things, not knowing that once you master yourself, everything that you need is gonna just attract to you. Why do you think they tell you to chase the bag? If you're chasing something, you're not gonna get it. Nothing that you're chasing is meant for you. Anything that's meant for you, you're supposed to attract. And how can you attract all these positive things? By mastering yourself and only putting out positive energy. How do you expect to attract anything positive when all you do is talk about other people? How do you expect to be happy when all you do is talk about other people? When you judge other people, how can you possibly be happy? You're living out of ego. That's what they want the majority of people to do. The whole system is meant for you to just live out of your ego. Your lowest chakra, your root, completely giving into your pleasures. Oh, it's okay. Completely following other people, not thinking for yourself. Why do you think John D. Rockefeller, the person who created the school system, said, I want a nation of workers, not thinkers? None of this stuff that they push in front of you is going to make you happy. And I feel like on a deep level, we all know this, but the majority of people just don't want to, they lie to themselves. And they don't want to believe it. Because they don't want to be the only person who doesn't have on a new fit. Oh my God, imagine if I came to work or school in the same clothes 2 days in a row. What are they going to say about me? Is that a happy life to you? Bro, I remember, it's crazy how I still remember this. When I was in 7th grade, this one girl, and I was at my table in science class, she was like, oh, I don't wear the same clothes in a week. It takes me like 3 weeks before I get back to that shirt. And even back then, I was thinking, like, how pointless is that? You're doing all of this for other people. Because if you were the only person on the planet, you wouldn't care about what clothes you have on. You wouldn't care what shoes you have on. You wouldn't care about none of that. That's how you know that you're doing all of this for other people. You're doing this to please other people, to be looked at by other people a certain way. And you expect to be happy. And you're surprised that you have anxiety. And you're surprised that you have depression. Why are you surprised? You don't even live for yourself. At the end of the day, true happiness is living for yourself, doing things for you, being content with what you have. And that's not saying that, oh, you should never want to level up and elevate your life. No. But that's saying that no matter where you're at, you're not doing that for happiness. You're not getting this job, you're not working towards this goal to make you happy. You're working towards this goal because you're already happy, but this is what you like to do. Because once you get to that goal, you realize, oh, it's not what I thought. This is why you need to already be good within yourself. But long story short, success has nothing to do with anything material. Success has nothing to do with no status. Success has nothing to do with type of job you have. But there's probably homeless people that's successful. There's people who literally live in tents and they just go through the world. They're always in a different place. That's more successful than the person who's in a mansion and is depressed. You don't need anything material to be happy. The only thing you need to be happy is yourself, and to be good within yourself, and to be comfortable within yourself. That's it. And anybody who tells you, oh, you need this to be successful, or this is how you become successful, they don't know what they're talking about.